What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Cryptocurrency Alliance Bitcoin Breakdown series. Again, I'm Dave Rodriguez. As always, your crypto coach today. I'm one of the head traders inside the Alliance, guys. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. About once a month, we throw a webinar inside of the Alliance. I can't do this every time because these guys pay for this, and they pay for a lot of useful information inside the Cryptocurrency Alliance, which is the community we're introducing to you guys. So we did a live webinar just about 15 minutes ago. It's about, 20 minutes long. We're just recapping a lot of things that have happened, what we think is going to happen in the future, a lot of our insights, and just a lot of the analysis that we've done over the last few weeks. So stay tuned for that. Also, stay to the end. We've got 2 free gifts for you guys, as always, free of charge. We'll send them to you by email, so just click the link at the end, and we'll explain all that to you in just a minute. See you guys on the webinar.
Well, guys, cool. We are excited to have Dave for our technical analysis of live analysis of Bitcoin. We always love his predictions and the way he shows us how to chart Bitcoin, and we have a lot to learn from him. So take it away, Dave.
All right, thank you so much, Jolene. Hope everybody's doing okay. Glad to be back. Hope everybody can hear me okay. If something happens to the voice, guys, somebody just type it in because we've been having some difficulty with that. I don't want to keep talking to myself. All right, so let's get started, guys. Let's jump right in. Hold on, let me do this. Oh, this is the weekly chart, guys. Look at these last 2 candles. Nice, big upside candles. First candle did cross the first MA. Second candle tested and then crossed through the next MA. 2 very nice big upside candles on a weekly chart too, guys. So if you see big candles like this, you know they're probably like $1,000 candles on smaller charts, but they look very small here, but they are in fact, $1,000 candles. We'd like this one to stay above the MA. Right now it's looking pretty good. It is what, Thursday? Got a couple days left of the week, few days left of the week for this thing to close up above here to see more upside potentially. But as you guys can see coming down here, we go down, up, create a high, down, up, create a high, down, up, and we're still creating a lower high here. So we're kind of creating staircases here, guys. So until I see this up and above these big areas, I'm not completely bullish, but I have been a lot more bullish lately. I'm more like a 50-50%. Since I've been doing all my webinars and since I've been doing the Bitcoin Breakdown series, the YouTube series we started, I've always been very bearish. Never been completely bullish. Through these rides here, I saw some bullish movements and I definitely made some money, but I was still bearish. I was still looking for downside to come. So I didn't think the bull run was in play yet. Right now, I'm feeling the same way. I'm feeling the same way I felt for these last 2 runs here. So let's break this down a little bit more. Let me get off this screen here. Let's go to the daily. There's a couple things I'd like to look at here. Something that's very obvious to me and should be obvious to you guys as well. These MAs, you guys know, those of you that watch me know that I live by these MAs. They're like magnets. I consider them like my little trend lines that, curve. But look at this 200, okay? Forget about the other red and the blue, the 8 and the 18. Look at the 200 on the daily, and let's just see what happens here. Something I want to point out. I pointed this out the other day when we had this big pattern here that if we had some huge upside, we could see the MA being touched. That was, a couple weeks back. But if you look here, guys, we got some pretty obvious stuff happening. Let's see. So we have this touch here, complete rejection. Oh, sorry, wrong button. So we have complete rejection right there. Then you have complete rejection here. And then another area here where it just completely failed after that. So it's been trying to test this area. It's been trying to come up and test the 200 MA. But as you can see in these areas, especially here and here, it actually touched it. This one, it came super close, and then it kind of came down and then tried again. So we might be able to see something like that now because we haven't touched yet, but it looks kind of similar to this right here, where it didn't quite touch, came down, tried again, and then was totally rejected. So that is a possibility, guys. You got to look at everything, every angle. We have seen some nice candles over the last couple of weeks. We have, what's this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the last couple of weeks we've seen some nice bullish action. But look how much downside we had over the last 4 or 5 weeks before that. So this is nothing. This is just another retest in my eyes right now. I am a little more bullish, as I said. But, you know, I'd like to see a touch here. If it does the same thing it did here, it might come down, retest one of these MAs, come back up, try again. If it breaks above, I'm bullish. Stays below, still bearish. So let's take it another notch down. And let's look at some of the things we've done lately since the last time, or some of the things I've done, rather, since the last time we spoke. Last time we did a webinar. So let me see. Actually, let me make this a little bit bigger here. So in the last month and a half or so, last 5 weeks since the last time we talked, a lot has happened here. A lot has happened. We're going to do a quick recap. Just a quick recap of some of the trades we've taken. We took this trade here, or I did rather. This was sort of a rising wedge. Okay. And then we went to the downside. The way we set that up was right in here. This was our sell stop. When price was up here, we placed a sell stop in this area. When price completely collapsed through it, this was our take profit right here. So as you can see, we smashed it to take profit. Could have got a lot deeper, but you know, I like to get in and get out when we're dealing with Bitcoin. So that was a nice move we did there. Then we came down in here. I did the same thing. Okay, it was pretty much the same move, guys. This kind of stuff happens over and over again, and I take these moves over and over again. So as you can see, there's just kind of stair-stepping its way down. Same objective here, guys. Hold on, for some reason. There we go. Set your sell stop here. Don't get greedy. Take your take profit right in this area here. You can see what happened again. Price completely broke down to the sell stop and fell into consolidation right around my take profit. Okay, guys. Then it fell in to another one that we called perfectly. And we fell into another pattern, guys. We fell down in here. We kind of did a little double bottom. As you can see, price found some ground right in here. You know, found some areas of support. Then we started to make our way up. Hit the 200 MA here. Rejected. Came back down. And in this move here, guys, is where we saw another pattern that we always trade. Another rising wedge. Okay. We traded one up here. We traded one up here, then it fell to a double bottom, rose into another wedge. Okay, they're all the same kind of wedges, but you guys get the point. When you see these wedges, it completely fell out of it. Okay, but then didn't make it all the way to our take profit. So we entered into another pattern, which we crushed. All the stuff I'm talking about, guys, is the breakdown we've been having on our Bitcoin breakdown series. And it's totally free. It's on YouTube. So we'll leave the description for you guys, or we'll leave some information for you guys to find the YouTube channel here in just a little while, so you guys can visit us. We do it every morning, just going over the Bitcoin breakdown. Let me show you guys this though. This is one of the trades we absolutely crushed. It was a reversal pattern. And it worked out perfectly. All right, so wait, it's not right. There we go. So guys, as you can see, when this broke down here, none of this right side at all, none of that was there. It looked like this. Okay, so none of this was here at all. It fell down, it stopped, resisted, and it started to make its way up. I took a trade here because I was so far up on this trade here, on this like 400 or 500 pip move I did here. And I took a shot because it looked like we were going to get some more downside. 80% of the traders I knew were selling right here at this area, and we saw some upside happen. Everybody was selling here because we saw some serious downside. We thought we were going to break these lows and keep going, or at least retest them, but it didn't. It turned into a perfect head and shoulder pattern. So after that happened, I lost that mini trade. We set our stop losses super tight. It was just one of those things we had to take a shot, because if we were right, we could have got another 400 pips. So we could have doubled our profit with only a small sided downside. So things like that, guys, it's not the perfect trade to take in the middle here. But if you can get double your money to get back down here when you're only taking a small amount of risk, because my trade was here, my stop loss was like right here, and I could have gotten all the way down here. So the risk was there. I took the shot, I missed, and then I saw the upside happening. So once the upside happened, I knew the real target for this head and shoulders should have been right around here. The target for this head and shoulders should have been right around in here. The reason we know that is because by the rule, the head and shoulder should break out as far as the distance between top of the head and the neckline. So the breakout is here. This should have been right around the 7,800 area. Should have been where everybody was taking their profit. I took profit in this consolidation, and here, guys, I thought we were going to see a big spike and then a drop. I just wanted to recap some of the things we have been doing. Bitcoin has absolutely, blasted off in the last couple of weeks. You've seen some serious upside. Now that this played out, we can get rid of that. I just want to show you all these patterns that were playing out perfectly. Bitcoin shot up, found the consolidation. I taught you guys how to trade this already. I mean, this isn't a foolproof plan. This is just the way I like to do it. So if I see consolidation like this, I take the high, I take the low, I draw a box. As soon as it breaks out one end or the other, I take that trade. So if it broke out down here and retested here, I would go downside. If it broke up here, which it did, it retested, sat right here. You can see it clear on a smaller chart. The retest, trying to get back inside over and over again for about 12 to 13, 14 hours. And then break up to the upside. You win the trade. You set your stop loss in here somewhere, and it could keep climbing. So that's how you play those positions, guys. But anybody who's not in Bitcoin, you're not going to get in it right now because you're at the top. This is buying at the top. Bitcoin is completely overbought. We're in need of a serious retest. We need to see stair type stuff, guys. This is just a go up, kind of a consolidation, go to the right, and then break out again. Last time Bitcoin did this, everybody kept waiting for that retest and never caught it. Bitcoin shot up to 20,000 in a matter of a month and a half. So we got to keep an eye out for things like that. Anytime you can gain an entry into Bitcoin to get a nice retest, you want to do that. The reason you don't trade high areas like this here is because if you do buy here because you think it's going to do this again, that's when you get the retest. Now you end up down here somewhere, and then you're stuck here. Half your money or however much you invested stuck way up here. That's where your money is. Everybody else is trading down here. So that's why I don't buy at the top. It's too risky. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever as far as trading. So never buy into FOMO. I think all of this is FOMO buying. I believe none of this makes sense. We should have seen a retest of this area because it was such a strong area to get through. I mean, it took a while to get through this. And it would have made total sense to see some sort of retest, guys. I mean, we tried to get through this 5-6 times, and we couldn't break it. And then we break through and just completely blow past all of it. And I think this is all FOMO buying. I don't think this makes any real sense on the technical chart. I'm not trading up here. I am, however, looking for Bitcoin to keep stalling and even dropping because a lot of that money that's in Bitcoin now is going to flood into the altcoins. And that's where I'm trading most of my money is in the altcoins because I want those gains. So keep an eye out for this to retest, guys. Like I said, Bitcoin is unpredictable. When there's FOMO involved, we can't control that here. People just think the bull run's here. More people are just going to come in and buy for absolutely no reason because right now we need some sort of a retest. That's what we're looking for, and that's what I'm expecting. So if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer some of those for you now, and then maybe we'll recap a couple of other things that I see on the charts.
Awesome, Dave. So sounds like we're in a no trade zone at the moment.
Yeah, I don't like it. Other people might. This is me. I don't like it at the top. To me, it just seems like it's a little overbought. We need to see a retest.
Yeah, just wait and watch. Be patient is what you've taught us. Patience.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Sit on those hands.
Yep. I've learned a lot. So we do have one question. Back when you were talking about rejection, Eric says, can you explain basically rejection?
Basics of rejection?
I guess basically rejection, he says, what it means.
I can show a good example here. I mean, this is about the best rejection I can show you right this second. Right here, guys. Rejection means when price is trying to go a certain way. Like let's for example, I don't use my mouse ever because I'm always mobile, and I'm using my mouse right now. So I'm trying to get used to it again. Okay, so let's see. Rejections like this, guys. Let me see. Okay, this is a good area of rejection. Okay, right here. When I put this line here, guys, this big box, this means price is trying to get through it, okay? So let's put it here. Okay. All right, now, for example, everybody sees this line right here, this line of downtrend from here to here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, we're going to do it like this. This would be the easiest way to do it. All right, everybody see that area right there? All right, that's a downtrend that broke through resistance. Okay, it tried to get through here. It denied. Okay, this is a break of resistance. This imaginary tan line right here is, let's call this resistance. Okay, right here, it's actually called support. Okay, support is under your feet. So since he's coming down and it's under his feet, it's support. Okay, so support holds. Okay, so once it breaks, once it support breaks, which it broke right here, then it comes back up and it does like a retest of this area right here. Okay, that's resistance. Resistance is above your head. It's like the ceiling. So this is resistance right here. So in a downtrend, anytime you hit support and it breaks and that becomes resistance, which is above you, so support's below you, now the support is down here. Now this is support, okay? This is resistance, this is support. Now we have a new line of resistance and a new line of support, okay? So now support is not here anymore. Now this is support. This is resistance, okay? Notice right here, support was broken. So now this is resistance and we have a new support. It just keeps happening over and over again, okay? The stairwell, guys. This is your downtrend, broke through the support, became resistance. This same line now is resistance. It's telling you we broke down below it. Now I need to keep price below it. This is telling you that we are looking for more downside, more downtrend. We've tried to break up. Resistance held right here one time. Resistance held again in the same area. And then we just completely failed, went to the downside until we found, once again, more support. And then we're met by more resistance. So I hope that answered your question.
Yep, he said it did. Is this an hourly chart or a daily chart? What are we?
Look in the top left-hand corner, right here.
Oh, 4-hour chart. Okay.
This will be 4 hours. If you click that, I can go to a daily chart. You know, simple as that. But if you can tell, you know, look at the difference between the daily chart and the 4-hour chart. I mean, they look completely different, you know, so it's completely different point of views as you're changing charts. When I trade the smaller charts, I'm trading them based on a bigger chart. I just want to see what's going on now in like the real time, but I base everything on the weekly, the daily, the monthly, those bigger charts. And then when I'm staring at it just on a daily basis, I like to use the smaller charts to see the price action more. But I don't base my trades on these small charts. I already know when I'm down here on the small charts where the trade's going. So if I look at the top and I say, there's no way this is going bullish, it's going to be bearish, I'm going on these smaller charts looking for a bearish entry. So right now, this smaller chart looks like, you know, it's going up. But on the other chart, it could look like it's going down on a major chart. The real trend could be down like it is now, because right here, the trend is up on a 4-hour. But then you look at a weekly, you know, the trend is still down, even though the last couple of weeks have been up. We're still in a downtrend.
Right.
So, you know, that's like, you gotta like keep your eye on the real overall trend in the upper charts, and then trade yourself from the smaller charts. So, you know, you got a tweezer top right here, guys. You know, another reversal pattern to look at. When you see something like this, a tweezer top where they're pretty much identical, you can see this come up, maybe touch, maybe just completely fall here. So, you know, those are some of the things we could see happening.
Yeah, bigger picture. Always look at the bigger picture. We do have another question, and she says so look into altcoins now. Will they spike up when Bitcoin will do the retest?
Well, a lot of times when people, you can tell a lot of people are trading Bitcoin right now because it keeps going up. And like I said, a lot of this is FOMO buying. So a lot of the money has to leave Bitcoin and go somewhere. A lot of people won't go back to US dollar tether because you can't make money there. So when people get out of Bitcoin, they either go into altcoins or they put their money into like a US dollar tether, like a one that does nothing, like a basically a reserve. So yes, money could flow right back into the altcoins, or people get scared and go into US dollar tether. When people sell back into US dollar tether, which means they're leaving the market, that's when we'll see a big downside fall. But normally if you see a little retest or Bitcoin consolidates like this right here, that's altcoin time. Any rise like this, any sit like this, a lot of it's altcoin time. When Bitcoin's flying up, a lot of money's in Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin stalls, people start to transfer that money back out of it, put it into the altcoins, or they transfer to Tether. So yeah, money can flow into it, but every time Bitcoin's doing anything but going down, that's when I'm buying my altcoins. I'm getting my positions on the way down, but I mean, that's when I'm really looking at making my profit on the altcoins, is when Bitcoin's going up or staying stationary. So, you got to kind of move your money around the best way possible. I try to keep my money out of Tether because it doesn't make any money there. Again, you can't lose there, but I want to find situations where my money will make me money instead of it sitting on the sidelines.
Okay, cool. Hopefully that answered your question. And Eric asked, what are your thoughts on Ethereum Classic? Is that a coin you're trading?
I own Ethereum Classic. I bought Ethereum Classic at about $13, only because of the Coinbase announcement. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum Classic. I honestly don't know a whole lot about it. But I think the Coinbase announcement, it's supposed to be the next coin on there. They just announced 5 more, but I think that's going to keep driving the price up pretty steadily because people see it as a good investment because you can buy it like you can anything else on Coinbase. Coinbase is the best place to buy. And I won't say the best place to buy, but it's the most popular place to buy. It's the #1 app in the world last year. So I do feel like it's going to keep rising steadily and slowly. It's not going to do the Bitcoin Cash thing that you saw last year when it shot up 3,000% in an hour. But this is going to be a steady growth. I think that this will be a winner. But I'm not heavy or anything like that. I traded that because of strictly news, nothing that on a chart that made me trade it. I traded that because of the announcement. So I am a holder, and I think it's a good investment, but I wouldn't expect, anything drastic to happen. I mean, maybe 10, 15, 20% here and there, which is 100% fine with me.
And then Eric said, what's the best place to buy? I'm assuming he's talking about Ethereum Classic. Is that right, Eric? The best place to buy Ethereum Classic?
I buy pretty much everything on Binance, to be honest with you. I don't have any trouble with them. They had their issues before, but as of now, they're, in my eyes, the #1 exchange. Bittrex is making a comeback, so Bittrex was my go-to last year. Even when Binance was killing it, I stayed on Bittrex, and then the volume disappeared, but the volume's coming back. They've introduced some new things. I stick to those two. A lot of the people I know overseas, they like to trade on Kraken and Bitfinex, but we're not allowed to do that here. So I stick to Binance and Bittrex. Those are my go-to.
Yeah, mine too. Binance
most.
Yeah, Kraken. I have a few things on Kraken. And we have another question. Do you pay attention to sentiments? I'm not sure what that is, but.
Yes, I do, but I'm a chart trader, so, there's fundamental, there's fundamentals, and then there's, technical analysis, and then there's sentiment traders. I do pay attention to it some, but I stick to the charts unless there's news. I stick to the analysis of the price action. I use my MAs. I use a couple other indicators I'll show you guys soon, but other than that, I stick to some news, and then that's it. So I guess the answer is not really.
All right. And let me see if we have any other questions. For now, that's it. So, yeah, awesome, Dave. Thanks for coming on live. I know they like to get.
How can we get some information for them to be able to see the Bitcoin breakdown series?
Well, we actually have links to it in the Crypto Alliance under the Bitcoin Breakdown tab, so they can access the YouTube channel through that link. And
if you guys know where she's talking about, you know how to access it. Comment in the comment section real quick. So I want to make sure you guys have access because we're on every day. I'm on here, you know, same place, same time every day, doing a breakdown about 15 minutes, introducing you guys to the markets. You know, for those of you who are new, for those of you who are not, you know, we're just showing you guys a little bit of insight on what we think, on what I see, and the moves that I make. I mean, I'm not trading every day, you know, but I'm always looking for setups, and you'll see exactly what I'm looking for, what I expect. So it's a great thing for you guys to, you know, learn from.
Yep. Access it through the crypto course, the Crypto Alliance Bitcoin Breakdown. I post it on YouTube whenever, right away, as soon as it's live, not YouTube, on Facebook. So as soon as it goes live on YouTube, I let everybody know on Facebook. So if you're not a part of Facebook, be a part of it. It's tons of activity, live, lots of questions, lots of updates on Facebook. Send me an email, crypto@cleverinvestor.com, or click any support ticket in the Crypto Alliance, and I can respond with adding you to Facebook right away. So let's get you on there if you're not on there.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing up again. I hope to see you guys real soon.
What is up? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I can't do that every time, but I was able to share it with you this time. We go over a lot of questions and answers. There wasn't too many questions this time. We kind of broke everything down bit by bit, detail by detail, so people can understand what's going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for coming out again. Don't forget, guys, if you click the link below in the description, you will see the Bitcoin Consumer Guide. That's going to be free of charge to you guys. We also have a video series that helps you guys trade Bitcoin and altcoins and just be involved into the market. So like this video, guys. If you liked everything, comment below. Did you like my analysis? Did you like the webinar? Did you like the video? If you want to be a part of what we got going on, please click that link below. It's bitcoinconsumerguide.com/YT. That is for YouTube. So it's, again, bitcoinconsumerguide.com/YT. That is for YouTube. I'm your crypto coach, Dave, and I will see you guys on the next Bitcoin breakdown. Now get out of here.